Dasa Vrindavanam Vande Krishna Dasa Prabhum Tata Chanavatar Chaitanya-lila Vistar Karino Do Nityananda Parabja Karunadena Bhushito Vyakta Chano Purachincho Vavande Vyasadupino Shri Guru Gorgandharva Govindascha Ganai Saha Jayanti Patakaschacha Sarvesham Kudanartinam Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratu Se Magyana Timidandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshor Militanjena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vanchakalpatribhyascha Vipa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. There's no light on the camera here. That doesn't matter. Usually, oh, now it's on. Okay. So, are we running? Okay. All right. So we are going to continue with Sri Chaitanya-charitamrta. We are very fortunate we can begin our days with this nectar. So yesterday we were hearing Srila Kaviraj Goswami offering extensive, profuse glorification of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, and now he's coming to describe how he came to compose Chaitanya-charitamrta himself. And we concluded with this verse saying that because Vrindavan Das Thakur, he's a disciple of Nityananda Prabhu, he's an eternal associate of Nityananda, so he gave so much glorification of Nityananda Prabhu to the extent that he didn't leave enough space to give full description of the later pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this leaves some opening, some service necessity. And also, the devotees of Vrindavan, they were very anxious to hear these pastimes, because everything with Mahaprabhu mainly took place on the Bengal side, Orissa side. The devotees in Vrindavan, they didn't get to witness that. They're very anxious to hear these descriptions in more detail. So we'll continue from there. Vrindavane kalpadrume suvarna sadan mahajoga pittaha ratna simhasan. In Vrindavan, in a great place of pilgrimage underneath the desire trees, is a golden throne bedecked with jewels. Tate bose ache sada Rajendra Nandan Shri Govinda Devnam Sakshat Madam. On that throne sits the son of Nanda Maharaj, Shri Govinda Dev, the transcendental Cupid. Raja Seva Hoi Taha Vichicha Prakar Divya Samagni Divya Vastra Alankar. Varieties of majestic service are rendered to Govinda there. His garments, ornaments, and paraphernalia are all transcendental. Sahasra Sevak Seva Kore Anukan Sahasra Vadane Seva Najai Varnam. In that temple of Govindaji, thousands of servitors always render service to the Lord in devotion. Even with thousands of mouths, one could not describe this service. Sevardyaksha Shri Pandit Haridas Tarjasha Gun Sarva Jagate Prakash. In that temple, the chief servitor was Shri Haridas Pandit. His qualities and fame are known all over the world. So this description we heard, this is of the deity of Srila Rupa Goswami, Govindaji. We hear the Goswamis of Vrindavan, they had some particular deity that they cared for. So this is describing the temple of Rupa Goswami and his Govindaji temple. And now we're hearing description of the chief servitor there. In that temple, the chief servitor was Sri Haridas Pandit. His qualities and fame are known all over the world. And this is, I think this is after Srila Rupa Goswami has left the world, or maybe at the very end of his, I'm not sure. But I think this must be just after he left. This is like next generation down. Okay. And then also we hear in his last days, Srila Rupa Goswami, he didn't stay there, but Srila Jiva Goswami cared for him in his Radha Damodar temple, right next to our temple. That Jiva Goswami, that was his temple, and he brought Rupa Goswami there in his final days and cared for him. And then, so that's why Rupa Goswami's Samadhi is there in his Bhajan Kutir. Okay. And this Haridas Pandit, very special Vaishnava. So he was the chief servitor there. Sushil Sahishnu Shanta Vadanya Gambhir Madhur Vachan Madhur Cheshta Mahadir. He was gentle, tolerant, peaceful, magnanimous, grave, sweet in his words, and very sober in his endeavors. Sabar Samankarta Koden Sabar Hita Kotilya Matsarja Himsa Najane Tar Chitta. He was respectful to everyone and worked for the benefit of all. Diplomacy, envy, and jealousy were unknown in his heart. Krishna Je Sadaran Sadgun Panchash Se Sab Gunertar Shodire Nivas. The 50 qualities of Lord Krishna were all present in his body. Because we're told and described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and other places, the jiva can have up to 50 qualities in common with Krishna, according to what Krishna allows. The Devas, 55, Narayan 60, Krishna 64, and so the jivas, jiva tattva, they can have up to 50 of these qualities. So Krishna is fully, allowing him to have these 50, the maximum degree of qualities that a jiva may have. Okay, now we have quotation from Bhagavatam. Yas yasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarver gunaista cha samasate sura harava bhaktasya kuto mahad guna mano ratena sati davato bahi. And this is famous verse. Swami Maharaj and our Gurudev, they would quote this verse. In one who has unflinching devotional faith in Krishna, all the good qualities of Krishna and the demigods are consistently manifested. However, one who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no good qualifications, because he is engaged by mental concoction in material existence, which is the external feature of the Lord. So this is quite an important point that's being made here in this verse. And it's something that can be difficult for us to understand. And also there's another kind of like parallel verse of, well, not parallel, but picking up on this particular point, that one who has no connection with the devotional plane, they actually don't have any good qualities. Although apparently they may appear to be very sattvic, very pious, very good-natured, and ahimsa, and so on and so forth. If it is not in connection with the nirgun plane, with the superior plane beyond the flow of this material world, actually they don't have anything of real value. And Mahaprabhu, in his discussion with that everything in this world, it's a mistake. This whole world is based on illusion, on misconception. So it's all wrong. It's all a mistake. So to distinguish, this is good, this is bad, this is foolish. It's all wrong, it's all bad, it's all a mistake, because it's all fundamentally based on illusion. they think they're somebody else. What do you call that? I can't think of the right word, but this type of disorder. What do you call it? There's a name for it. I can't think of it. They think they're a criminal or a drug dealer, and they're like playing that out. And then the next day, they're thinking that they're a charity worker and they're going to save the world. It's like that. Our whole existence in this world, it is based, our identification with this world, whether it's in the mode of goodness or in the mode of ignorance or passion, it's all based on illusion. It's all based on our separate good qualities. It is all based on separate interest from the highest perspective. All good qualities are becoming revealed within him. And also we can think that we can take from this for our own encouragement that whatever we need for service, it will come to us. If some service is required of us, some particular ability or capacity, if it's really necessary, it will come to us. We have to depend on the grace of Guru and Krishna. Like Gurudev, his whole life was a shining example of that. Jnana Shunya Bhakta. He never made any separate arrangement for himself, to study something or to learn something, or everything he needed, it came to him. Like English, he never went to study English. English came to him, in his service. He didn't know English. It came to him through his service. It developed. Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he made arrangement for Gurudev to study Sanskrit and study this and study that. He personally instructed him. Gurudev himself, he never made any arrangement for that. Everything came to him as a result of his service. When Srila Sridhar Maharaj left the world, then they had to make some arrangement for the samadhi, and Gurudev, he was like flummoxed, he didn't know what was the proper way to make these arrangements. And he said, and I never, because Gurudev didn't go anywhere without service, and he never went to the samadhi of any Vaishnava. He would get invitations sometimes, but he never went. Another reason he said is that it was too sad for him to attend the samadhi of God brothers of Srila Sridhar Maharaj. But he never went. And so then it came time for Srila Sridhar Maharaj's samadhi, and Gurudev didn't know what to do. And Puri Maharaj was there, but still some other assistance was needed. And then just suddenly, all of a sudden, these four, maybe they were brahmacharis, but 4 Vaishnavas from Mayapur, they just showed up and they told Gurudev, we're here to help you. So always in Gurudev's life we saw this. Everything came to him. The Vrindavan temple, that was a miracle. That came, Gurudev was not trying to get that temple. It was a coveted location. Gurudev was not trying to get, rather he was resisting that. He didn't want to have such a special and sacred place, but it was like it forcefully came to him. And even when it came to him, he was not feeling so comfortable, but accepting, because it seemed to be the order of Guru Maharaj and the Lord, so he accepted. So Gurudev, he also said that Srila Sridhar Maharaj told him, you will never have to chase after anything. You won't have to go after anything in your life. Everything will come to you. This is the nature of pure devotion. Everything is coming to serve that. We were mentioning the other day this verse of Bilva Mangal Thakur. Bhakti sai stira tara bhagavan yadi syad daivena na falati dibya kishore murti mukti swayam mukulitanjali sevate sman dharmartha kama gataya samaya pratiksha. Then Bilva Mangal Thakur is expressing, if my devotion to you were more firm, then your divine adolescent form that would appear, manifest within my heart, and Mukti Swayam Mukulitanjali Sevate Sman. Mukti Devi herself will come with folded hands. How can I serve you? And Dharmartha Kama Gataya Samaya Pratiksha. And Dharma, Artha, Kama, they will come. Wait some distance away. Wait for some order from me. What can I do to serve you? They all want to serve the devotee. So, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Jnana Vairagya. I can't remember, but this famous verse in Bhagavatam, as a result of devotion, bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya, knowledge, detachment, they will automatically come in the wake of devotion. Don't have to separately go and try to become renounced. Don't have to separately go and try to understand, know so many things. Everything will follow devotion. What is that? What is that other verse? Yasya deve para bhaktir. Yasya deve para bhaktir. I can't remember. But this other famous verse, that to one who is, fully devoted, who has equal devotion to Guru as to the Lord, all the purports of the scriptures will be revealed. The essence of all the scriptures will be revealed to them. So you just got to do this one thing. Service, devotion, bhakti. You just got to do this one thing. Water the root of the tree. Everything else will come as a result of that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. We'll continue. Pandit Gosaya Shishanantaya Charja Krishna Prema Moitan Udar Sarvarya. Ananta Acharya was a disciple of Gadadhar Pandit. His body was always absorbed in love of Godhead. He was magnanimous and advanced in all respects. Taharananta gun ke karo prakash tar priya shishaiha Pandit Haridas. Ananta Acharya was a reservoir of all good qualities. No one can estimate how great he was. Pandit Haridas was his beloved disciple. So Haridas Pandit, he's the grand disciple of Gadadhar Pandit. Ananta Acharya is the disciple of Gadadhar Pandit, and Haridas is the disciple of Ananta Acharya. Oh, and it mentions here in the purport that this Ananta Acharya, he's actually one of the Ashta Shakis. He was Sudevi. And he is the guru of Haridas Pandit. It's also mentioned in the Gaur Ganodesh Deepika, which is, generally telling of what is the position in Krishna Lila of many of the associates of Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Nityananditar Parama Vishwas Chaitanya-charitamrta Parama Ulas. Pandit Haridas had great faith in Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. Therefore, he took great satisfaction in knowing about their pastimes and qualities. Vaishnava gungrahi nade kaye dosh, kai manovakye kore Vaishnav santosh. He always accepted the good qualities of Vaishnavas and never found fault in them. He engaged his heart and soul only to satisfy the Vaishnavas. Very nice. We were discussing this yesterday. He always accepted the good qualities of Vaishnavas and never found fault in them. He engaged his heart and soul only to satisfy the Vaishnavas. I'm going to read this purport. This is a short and sweet purport to Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. It is a qualification of a Vaishnava that he is adosha darshi. We hear this. You know this expression, adosha darshi? We hear this sometimes in different compositions. Dosh means fault. Dosh means fault. So adosh means no fault. And darshi, like darshan, is like seeing. So the Vaishnava, they are described as adosha darshi. They don't see faults. No fault seeing. We can get a t-shirt. No fault seeing. There's a very nice line in that Acharya Vandana that was written about Srila Saraswati Thakur. Adosha daroshi tumi. How does it go? Adosha daroshi tumi. Let me get a kirtan. Can you pass me your kirtan guide? It's very nice, that line. This glorification of Srila Saraswati Thakur. This song is so beautiful. Maybe we can sing it tonight. Such a nice song. Adosha daroshi tumi adama patitayami nija gune komiva amade. You are adosha darshi. You are such a person that you do not see the faults of others. So adama patit. I am Adam and I am patit. I am Adam means like very low, and I am patit. I am fallen, I am low. So he's like putting some emphasis on this. So nija gune komiva amade. Please forgive me for these bad qualities of mine, for these qualities. Because I'm full of bad qualities. But your nature is to not see bad qualities. So I'm hopeful that you'll excuse me for my bad qualities. Those maybe tonight we can sing this. So Haridas Pandit, he's described like this. I didn't read this purport. It is a qualification of a Vaishnava that he is adosha darshi. We're dosha darshi. We're seeing the faults, but the Vaishnavas, they're adosha darshi. They're not seeing the fault. Of course, for the Paramahamsa who's descended to the Madhyam Adhikar level, they're doing that out of necessity of service, and they're seeing the faults, but not with this critical mentality, not with an envious mentality. They're seeing that in an affectionate mood, like a parent wanting to correct their child. So that is something different. Okay. Of course, every human being has both good qualities and faults. Therefore it is said, Sajana gunam ichanti dosham ichanti pamara. Everyone has a combination of faults and glories. But a Vaishnava, a sober man, accepts only a man's glories and not his faults. For flies seek sores, whereas honeybees seek honey. That is like really weird if you think about it. Right? It's true. Flies, they're attracted to like stool and like dirty things and blood and bacteria. But if you have a bee, it's looking for the honey, right? Looking for the sugar, it's looking for the sweetness. So why are we being like the flies? Gurudev also would give the example, I published the other day on the Jai Shri website, honeybees and ants. Gurudev gave the example of ants. There's some quotation, some expression. Pipili, Gurudev used to quote, Pipili kichira mandare, like something like that. How an ant inside of a temple of jewels, it will be looking for the cracks. Like we have some crack here, the ant is, and we saw that in Navadvip, and the marble temples, there'd be some crack, hundreds of ants going in and out of these cracks. So you have this beautiful temple of jewels, and the ants, they're searching for the crack. So in the same way, we can have this mentality. We have some beautiful Vaishnava in front of us. They have so many good qualities, and we're looking for the crack. We're looking for the little faults that they have. And so Gurudev said, but bees, bumblebees, they're looking for honey. So he said, we will not be like ants. We will be like bees, searching for the honey. So the Vaishnava, on the other hand, maybe they see somebody who has so many bad qualities, but they're finding the good thing. We can have someone in front of us with so many good qualities, and we're looking for the bad thing. But the Vaishnava, the real Vaishnava, someone's in front of them, they're like a mess. They have no good qualities. And Gurudev's he's got a microscope, and he's finding, oh, there's some hope here. There's something good here. And then he's encouraging that, and that's growing and growing, and finally eclipsing all the bad stuff. That's what he did. That's what he did with us. We experienced that he, where nobody else could see anything, he saw something. And he encouraged that, and shining the rays of his loving vision, he's making that grow. So we're still depending on that gracious glance of his. It's still upon us. Otherwise, how can we do anything? Okay. So, flies seek sewers, whereas honeybees seek honey. Haridas Pandit never found fault with the Vaishnava, but considered only his good qualities. We have to do that. Nirantar shunite ho Chaitanya mangal, tahar prasade shunen Vaishnav sakal. He always heard the reading of Sri Chaitanya Mangal, which is Chaitanya Bhagavat of Vrindavan Das Thakur, and all the other Vaishnavas used to hear it by his grace. Kotai sabujval kore jena purna chandra nija guna mite badai Vaishnava ananda. Like the full moon, he illuminated the entire assembly of Vaishnavas by speaking Sri Chaitanya Mangal. And by the nectar of his qualities, he increased their transcendental bliss. It's such a beautiful description. He would speak Chaitanya Mangal in the assembly of Vaishnavas. He was like a full moon illuminating everyone. Tehoati kripa kori agya koila more Gaurange sheshlila varni bar tore. By his causeless mercy, he ordered me to write about the last pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this Haridas Pandit, he's relishing Chaitanya Bhagavat, ecstatically relishing, but he's feeling a little sadness, a little deficiency that Vrindavan Das Thakur, he didn't have the time and the space to describe the later pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he requested Kaviraj Goswami, please, you do this. Kashishwar Gosai Shishya Govinda Gosai Govinda Priya Sevak Tar Samanai. Govinda Gosai, the priest engaged in the service of Lord Govinda in Vrindavan, was a disciple of Kashishwar Gosai. There was no servant more dear to the Govinda deity. So this is the Pujari, Govinda Gosai. And he was a disciple of Kashishwar Gosai, And it mentions in the purport from Srila Saraswati Thakur, Kashishvara Gosai was one of the contemporaries of Mahaprabhu, who was with the Lord in Jagannath Puri. And he was a disciple of Ishvara Puri. So he was like a god brother, you can say, with Mahaprabhu. So this is the Govinda Gosai is a disciple of this Kashishvara, and he's the favorite servant of the Govinda deity. Jadavacharya Gosai Shiru Pera Sangi Chaitanya-charitamrta Adi-lila. Sri Jadavacharya Gosai, a constant associate of Srila Rupa Goswami, was very enthusiastic in hearing and chanting about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Pandit Gosai Shishya Bhugarbha Gosai Gorkata Vinar Mukhe Anyanai. Bhugarbha Gosai, a disciple of Pandit Gosai, was always engaged in topics regarding Lord Chaitanya, knowing nothing else. Tarshishya Govinda Puja Chaitanya Das Mukundananda Chakravarti Premi Krishna Das. Among his disciples were Chaitanya Das, who was a priest of the Govinda deity, as well as Mukundananda Chakravarti and the great devotee Krishna Das. Acharya Gosaya Shishya Chakravarti Shivananda Niravadita Chitta Chaitanya Nityananda. Among the disciples of Ananta Acharya was Shivananda Chakravarti, in whose heart Lord Chaitanya Nityananda constantly dwelled. So we're hearing some descriptions, some of this great exalted assembly of Vaishnavas. Arojata Vrindavane, at the time of Kaviraj Goswami. Arojata Vrindavane Baise Bhakta Gan Shesh Lila Shunita Sabar Hoy Lomam. In Vrindavan there were also many other great devotees, all of whom desired to hear the last pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. More agya korila sabe karuna koriya tasabar boleliki nirlaja hoya. By their mercy, all these devotees ordered me to write of the last pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of their order only, although I am shameless, I have attempted to write this Chaitanya-charitamrta Nirlaja, without shame, without any shyness. I'm writing. Because one will feel some shyness, like, oh, I'm going to present something, I'm going to write something, I'm going to give the class, and everybody listen to what I say. So Kaviraj Goswami, he's like very humbly describing himself like this, but actually that's not why he's doing it. It's not for his own promotion, but he's doing it because the Vaishnavas requested him. That is why. And also, if the Vaishnava receives some inspiration from above, then it is not a matter of ego, about matter of pratishta. But still, it is natural that the Vaishnavas, they will feel this also in their heart, that there's some, like, who am I, like, to think that I can present this? Like, this is shameless, Sometimes myself, not that I should bring it to my low level, but sometimes if I give some class, sometimes I like some of the classes I give. I think, oh, that was such a nice class. Then I think, oh my goodness, I'm so shameless. I'm liking my own class. But actually, it's not my property. It is all the property of our gurus. And if they use us to give something, then that is just our good fortune, and we're in the middle. We're just the middleman, Sometimes I think, like, that was so good that it was nothing to do with me. It was nothing to do with me. Like the class on Srila Bhakti Thakur last week in Italy, I was so happy. I was like, wow, that was an amazing class. But it was not, I thought, this is just to prove that has nothing to do with me, because I know who I am, I know my mind, I know my heart, I'm such a fallen soul. But if something like that came out of me, then I know it's nothing to do with me. It's just, by good fortune, I could be some kind of an instrument. So even Kaviraj Swami, he's saying that he's shameless. But he's not shameless, he's a real devotee. We're just Bhakta Bas, we're shadow devotees. Vaishnavagya paya chintita yantare madan gopale gela agyamagi bade. Having received the order of the Vaishnavas, but being anxious within my heart, I went to the temple of Madan Mohan in Vrindavan to ask his permission also. So, such sincerity of heart. The Vaishnavas, the real Vaishnavas, they have this, they always have this self-doubt. So, even though he was requested by this exalted group of Vaishnavas, please write this book, still, he's feeling some shyness. Still, he's feeling some caution. Am I really the right person to do this? He's not feeling fully confident about that. So he wants to confirm. So he goes to the temple of Madan Mohan. So we were in the temple of Govindaji. This is the deity of Rupa Goswami. Madan Mohan is the deity of Sanatana Goswami. So now he's going to Madan Mohan's temple. Darashan kori koilu charana vandan Gosai dasa pujari kore charan sevam. When I visited the temple of Madan Mohan, the priest Gosai Das was serving the feet of the Lord, and I also prayed at the Lord's lotus feet. Prabhur charane jadi agya magilo Prabhur kanta hoite mala kasya porilo. When I prayed to the Lord for permission, a garland from his neck immediately slipped down. So just at that moment when he's praying to Madan Mohan for permission, is this really what you want? Then this garland falls from the neck of the deity. So very significant. And everybody in the assembly, it was so obvious, everyone could perceive something very special took place. Sab Vaishnavgan Haridwani Dilo Gosai Dasani Mala Mor Gole Dilo. As soon as this happened, the Vaishnavas there all loudly chanted, Hari! Hari! And the priest, Gosai Das, brought me the garland and put it around my neck. So Agya Mala, now we hear this nice expression, Agya Mala means order. So the garland of ordering, the ordering garland, the instructing garland, Agya Mala. You can't really translate it properly in English. Agya Mala Payamar Hoilo Ananda Tahi Korino Grante Adamba Jai Mahaprabhu Jai. I was greatly pleased to have the garland signifying the order of the Lord, and there I commenced to write this book. Egrantalikai more madana mohan amali kanjena shuker patan. Actually, Sri Chaitanya-charitamrta is not my writing, but the dictation of Sri Madan Mohan. My writing is just like the repetition of a parrot. So the E Granta Lekai More Madan, no, I'm not sure exactly. But anyhow, what we just heard, this Madan Mohan, he's caused me to write this. He's the dictator. I'm just like a parrot, shuk. I'm repeating what is coming to me, what is given to me. Seliki Madan Gopa Jelikai Kashter Putali Jeno Kuhake Nachai. As a wooden doll is made to dance by a magician, I write as Madan Gopal orders me to do so. Like they have these, puppets, right? So he's saying, I'm like this puppet. The Swami Maharaj said, I'm your puppet, my Lord, make me dance, make me dance. If you want, you can make me dance. It's all depending on you. We are like clay, like mud, as Gurudev, Param Gurudev used to say. So we can all pray like that. Gurudev, I'm your puppet, I'm your lump of clay, your lump of mud. If you want to use me for something, please use me. It's all up to you. It's all in your hands. Otherwise, I'm just like a dead thing here. And if you don't want me to dance, that's also okay. If you just want me to be a loser for the rest of my life, that's also okay. If it's your will, then I'm happy. So it's up to you. It's totally up to you. Kuladi devatamor madana mohan jar seva graguna rupa sanatam. I accept as my family deity Madan Mohan, whose worshippers are Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, and Sanatana Goswami. Vrindavan Daser Pada Padma Koridyam Taragya Loyaliki Jahate Kalyam. I took permission from Srila Vrindavan Thakur by praying at his lotus feet, and upon receiving his order, I have attempted to write this auspicious literature. So this is the nature of the Vaishnavas. They're extremely sensitive to the position, to the qualification of other Vaishnavas and also the Lord. So the Vaishnavas we saw that with Gurudev, extremely sensitive. Whenever he made it's sensitive to the environment, sensitive to so many different factors that had to be considered, so many things. When he would go to make a decision, he's conscious of the mood of everyone that's involved, conscious of their position, their qualification or lack of qualification, and then he's seeing how to proceed. So they're very sensitive. We are like these bulls in a china shop. You know china, for it's an old-fashioned kind of usage now, but like clay, like pottery, like like clay teapots and cups. We're like a bull going, this big, like gross and rough bull with these big body and big horns, and we move 1 inch, we knock everything over, we smash everything. We're like trampling on the environment and like disturbing this person, disturbing that person, and like bulldozing over stuff, and just not sensitive to people's feelings or different factors that had to be considered. But the Vaishnavas, they're extremely sensitive. So Kaviraj Goswami, he's coming to write Chaitanya-charitamrta, but look, there's a whole chapter just on how and why he wrote it. Like he's explaining himself. Why did I write this? It wasn't like my own idea, but these Vaishnavas requested me. These exalted Vaishnavas requested me. I prayed to Madan Mohan. Madan Mohan, he gave his order to me. And also, even before I go to write, I must also give some respect to Vrindavan Thakur, because previous me, he already wrote something about Mahaprabhu. So I'm not going to write over or dismiss what he did. I have to fully honor that and get his blessings as well. So he's saying, I also got the order of Vrindavan Das. He's praying to Vrindavan Thakur, receiving his permission. So how carefully is Kaviraj Goswami coming to do this in such a sensitive mood, such a conscious mood. Chaitanya Lilate Vyas Vrindavana Das Tar Kripa Vinanya Nahoy Prakash. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is the authorized writer on the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Without his mercy, therefore, one cannot describe these pastimes. And in our case, it would be like Gurudev would tell us to do something, and then maybe he'll tell somebody else to do something, And then we're fighting. Gurudev told me to do this. This is my service. But such, consciousness, care, and humility, Kaviraj Goswami is coming to, really talk about double checking, There's zero of his own, because we may get some instruction to do something and we're getting that, but it's mixed with our own ego. We have some desire to satisfy the order of Guru, but it's also mixed with our own ego. But Kaviraj Goswami, zero ego. Only interest is to satisfy Guru, Gauranga, Vaishnava. This is only desire. Is this really what's pleasing to them? Is this really what is wanted of me? Because we can also be tested. Guru may ask us to do something, but actually he's testing us on some particular point. So we have to be, very, very, very conscious. Vrindavan Thakur is the authorized writer on the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Without his mercy, one cannot describe these pastimes. Morkanicha kujamui vishoy lalas Vaishnavagya bole kore tak sahas. I am foolish, low-born, and insignificant, and I always desire material enjoyment. Yet by the order of the Vaishnavas, I am greatly enthusiastic to write this transcendental literature. So even though I'm nobody, I'm coming to write, I'm down here, and I'm coming to write this thing up here. But why? Because of the order of the Vaishnavas. That is all. Shiru Gagunat Charanere Bol Jar Shmite Siddha Hoy Vanchito Sakal. The lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami are my source of strength. Remembering their lotus feet can fulfill all one's desires. Sri Rupa Raghunath Pade Jarash Chaitanya-charitamrta Kohe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya-charitamrta, following in their footsteps. Jai Sri Chaitanya-charitamrta ki Jai. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai. And we also have to discuss, why did they ask Kaviraj Goswami? This is homework. We will discuss tomorrow. Why did the Vaishnavas choose Kaviraj Goswami? They could have asked some other Vaishnava. Kaviraj Goswami, he didn't have the direct association of Mahaprabhu or Nityananda Prabhu. He didn't meet them. Why did they ask him? There were other Vaishnavas who actually, met with Mahaprabhu. So why did they choose Kaviraj Goswami? This is the question. This is the homework. It's okay. You don't have to do the homework, but we'll discuss it tomorrow.